Hey guys, Izzy here, back with another video, and today we are going to be talking about the Duviri Paradox. But before we do so, I do of course want to address the fact that, yeah, I know, it's been a while since I've uploaded a video on the channel, and I do of course want to apologize for, falling behind on uploading anything or at all any content into the channel. It's not any lack of real motivation or lack of topics, because I believe there's an overflowing amounts of topics that I would love to talk to you guys about. But unfortunately, it's been a little bit hectic at work, and currently there's a heat wave hitting the island, so it is extremely hot. I'm actually recording this very late at night, where it's at the very least a bit chilly, but it's still pretty hot, so yeah. Bear with me. I have been trying to, at the very least, keep up with streams, since that way I can still, interact with you guys, and I can still provide you with some sort of content. So I've been trying to, at the very least, be consistent in that regards, and I believe I've done a really good job at it. But yeah, you guys are obviously the judge of that. So, but anyways, of course, if you guys do enjoy Warframe or Pokemon content, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. Well, mainly subscribe if you really just want to catch me live, because I do go live around every Thursday and every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So if you guys want to catch me live and maybe just chill vibe with me with the pretty chill music that I put in the channel, or not in the channel, in the stream, or just want to chat with me, feel free to do so. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about today's topic, which is not just the Duviri experience in general, like how much I really love this update, but more so the fact that there are complaints about the update, more specifically about the randomness of the Duviri Paradox. And I guess I kind of just want to shed a little bit of light, kind of give my opinion on that, because I personally do find this mechanic really fun. Now, it does get a lot better the more you actually rank up your intrinsic for opportunities, since you do get more chances of actually getting better weapons, better warframes, or just in general more options than just a few, like 2 or 3 options that you get at the beginning when you haven't ranked up your intrinsics at all. Now, ranking up your intrinsics in general can be really hard, but it's still, in my opinion, in my own experience, it's been really fun to actually just not only play the circuit, but also play the Duviri experience. It's been a hell of a lot of fun in my personal experience for that. So, but basically, there's been a lot of complaints in regards to the randomness, and more so in the circuit rather than in the Duviri experience, because I believe in the Duviri experience it can be a little bit more manageable with the insane amount of decrease that you can actually get in the overworld of the Duviri before even getting into trying to do the missions with your warframes inside that experience. The circuit, if you guys aren't aware just yet, or just haven't updated Duviri just yet, which if you haven't, what the hell are you doing? This is probably some of the most fun I've played Warframe in a while. So I highly suggest, if you haven't played Warframe in a while, give it a try. You're probably gonna like it. Hopefully, it doesn't disappoint you. But anyways, back to the topic. Basically, people are complaining about the randomness, specifically in the circuit, and I guess more specifically in the Steel Path circuit, because a lot of the times, for at least the people that I've been able to see, they've gotten either extremely underwhelming warframes that they don't like, or very underwhelming weapons. And to some extent, I totally understand the frustration of not being able to use your favorite warframe. I maybe can't relate as much, just because I do have a wide variety of warframes that I do tend to like. So most of the time there's always at least one warframe that's being offered for me to use that I actually enjoy a lot. I can't say the same thing about the weapons though. Sometimes I do get pretty garbage weapons, or maybe I get Warframes that I don't necessarily know how to use as well, or just don't like. But it is what it is. I don't think it's that big of a deal, especially because you can just go ahead and do one round and then just leave and then get back into the circuit and try again, because you can get a new set of Warframes and weapons that are offered to you. You don't have to wait for a reset timer, which is perfect. Honestly, I thought I thought to some extent the way that it would work is that they would tie this in with like maybe some sort of like time mechanic where it can only be reset every hour, kind of like arbitrations. And I'm happy to say that that's not the case. So if you really don't like the options that are being offered to you, just go ahead and do a round, and then after that just extract, and it is what it is. And it is shared between Steel Path and the regular one, so if you just want to do it solo, you can just go ahead and go solo on like the regular mode and just rush through the mission, and it is what it is. Like, it's not that big of a deal. In general, I don't believe it's that big of a deal anyway, because of the fact that, well, most of the times the decrees will balance shit out. So even though you're getting maybe a weapon that's kind of underwhelming, with the decrees that you get, you can make that weapon or that Warframe into a completely different beast, honestly. Like, these decrees are fucking broken, and there's no denying it, and I love it. It makes it a lot of fun, because sometimes I get a weapon that's probably kind of garbage, but with the decrees it ends up being like super fucking awesome. And sometimes I even forget the fact that it's because of the decrees, and I'm like, wow, this weapon is actually fucking good. It's really not, but yeah, you get the gist. But I understand the frustration of not being able to play the Warframes or the weapons that you like, but to some extent this does incentivize people to at least try newer things, which at the very least for me, in my opinion, is something that I like to see. Because I mean, come on, I understand if you want to use like meta frames all the time, but there's like, what, 54, I'm not even gonna look it up, but it's like 54, 55 Warframes out there that you can use. Like, there's no way that out of that roster you only like 3 Warframes or something like that, because there's no way. There's such a huge variety of Warframes to choose from that there's no way that you have very little like preference, I guess you could say, or just don't really like any of them, and like I don't know, for me it just doesn't make sense. This topic sorry, I can't talk. This topic specifically came up because I was watching, and I'm not gonna name the person because whatever, I don't want to start. I don't want drama or anything like that. I don't care. But I was watching this person's stream. I used to watch them a long time ago. Like, I used to love their content. And they were going off about, how the randomizer thing was really ruining the experience 100%, and that it was a waste of resources, it was a waste of time, that they shouldn't have done this, and they shouldn't have bothered with making this update if it was going to be randomized, because they're choosing whatever, like they're choosing what you are going to be using, and that's not fun, and yada yada yada. And I feel like I don't think this is a really huge portion of the community, because I've seen an overwhelming amount of people absolutely loving this update and just enjoying it in general, despite, kind of coming out as kind of a mess at the beginning, as every single Warframe update does. I don't think that this is a huge portion of the community, and this kind of just feels like people just not being happy because they can't choose the broken Warframe or their broken build to break the game anymore. You can break the game still, that's for sure. These decrees are just absolutely game breaking. It's fucking amazing. I love it. But when it, I guess when it becomes the thing that you can do, because that's the main thing that you do in that mode, I guess it's not fun for them anymore. I don't know. But anyways, aside from that, of course, I don't really see a lot of complaints other than just the randomizing portion of the Duviri. And that's a really good thing, actually, because a lot of people are enjoying everything else, which is great, because this update is not just about the randomizer. Like, this is our first roguelike in Warframe, and it's a lot of fun. They did it really well, and the rewards are really good. Not just the rewards that you get in the Duviri experience, but also the rewards that you get in the circuit. The circuit in Steel Path is extremely good, and even for the newer players that are getting into the game and don't have the Steel Path, the regular one gives them a good amount of stuff. Like, not only can you specifically get all the pieces that you needed for the Warframe that you're selecting for that week, you're also getting their what is it called? Their augments. You're also getting their augments. You're getting arcanes. You're getting arcanes, bro. When I started the game, I could barely even get an arcane. That's crazy. Like, arcanes are now something that newer players are gonna get access to, and hopefully they'll, you know, get a little bit of a small tutorial to actually know what they're doing with it. But that's actually really cool. Like, they're getting a lot of more stuff, and they're getting good mods out of these out of this mode. And so it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's very active, so they're always going to get people to actually do these missions. And again, the randomizer act, I can't talk today, guys. I'm sorry. It's probably the heat. But the randomizing option or portion, or I guess whatever, the randomizer probably makes it a lot more fun for newer players, because they don't generally have a lot of options. They only have the Warframe that they started with, so they'll probably always have the option to play with the Warframe that they selected, but they'll be able to actually play with other Warframes that are available to them. Well, not necessarily available in their arsenal, but still available for them to play. And they'll be able to actually enjoy some of these Warframes. And that's probably going to open up a new era of, I guess, newer players, where they're going to be a little bit more experienced in the Warframe, like in pretty much any Warframe that they've used. And not experienced in the sense that they're good at the Warframes, but just in general, they've experienced the actual gameplay other than just running around in Hydron and leveling them up. That's kind of what I'm getting at. And this is also a really good way for players to find out what Warframe they actually like, without having to rely on watching videos and then, you know, watching, you know, things that they might not even be able to achieve just yet, because they haven't played the game and you know, too long, and they don't have the mods or the arcanes or whatever. So this is a really good entry level stuff being introduced to newer players, and I think that's actually like really nice. Like, I was very I was kind of hesitant at the beginning to believe that the Duviri was going to be like an entry level thing for newer players, but I can definitely see it working in a very good way for newer players, because again, they're going to be able to experience different Warframes without actually having to build them, and that's probably going to make it a lot more fun for them. And it's obviously going to make it so that they get to experience more of the game without necessarily having to get to, you know, hours and hours upon grinding in order to get those specific Warframes, only to have to level them up and not really get to use them in that sense. So yeah, I personal opinion, of course, this was my experience. I absolutely loved the quest. The quest was really fun. The gameplay was really fun. I absolutely love the gameplay of the Drifter in the Duviri, and I wish that at some point, I wish that was the gameplay that we got for Drifter any time of the day, not just in Duviri, but just in general outside of Duviri. Being in a mission with my Drifter, with its dual Nikanas and just absolutely blasting through enemies, forgetting about my Warframe, that would be cool. But I highly doubt that it'll be something that will be beyond the Duviri, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they are kind of planning on doing so. But in general, the story was really good. I don't want to, of course, spoil the story or the whole experience of the story, so I'm not gonna go into any details in particular, but it is a lot of fun. It was very well made. It was coming from, you know, the new war, you kind of have this hard time trying to make you know, the next big update live up to those expectations, or live up to, you know, the bar was set very high, and I believe it was reached with this update. I really do love it. The cinematics were really nice. The dialogues were really nice. Everything that this update introduced is a lot of fun. The content in general is very relevant, like in the sense that people are going to be doing this for a while. The rewards are really insane. The incarnate weapons that you get from Steel Path are really cool, and it's a nice way of actually farming these. And yeah, I just in general think that this is a phenomenal update. It's really fun, it's really addicting, and it's something that I hope that newer players will enjoy as much as, you know, the returning players are. But anyways, that was pretty much it for today. Like I said, you know, it's people complaining about the randomizer, but the randomizer really doesn't matter too much in the sense, or since decrees exist, and then you also have like the intrinsics to actually kind of play around with your chances of getting these warframes or weapons, so it's not really that big of a deal. But anyways, that's pretty much my thought process, or my thoughts on Duviri. I'm sorry if it was a little bit big or kind of all over the place. It's been a while since I made a video, guys. I'm very sorry, and I'm sorry if I babbled on for too long, but again, you guys probably watch me because of that, so it is what it is. Anyways, again, like I mentioned at the beginning, if you guys want to catch me live, I do live stream every Thursday, and well, sometimes Wednesday, but most of the time it's Thursday and Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And I always try to schedule it at the very least either a day before or 3 or 4 hours before the actual stream starts. So just be on the lookout for that if you want to go ahead and catch me live and, you know, kind of chat and chill with everyone in chat. But yeah, also very important, thank you guys so much for 555 subscribers. I definitely appreciate the support. I know, again, it's been a while since I've uploaded, and it's kind of been lacking in content, the channel in general, but it's very nice to see that, you know, people are still enjoying the content that I do currently have in the channel, and that, you know, people are stopping by to support on the streams. So it really does mean a lot. Don't get me wrong, like, the lack of content does not mean that I don't appreciate you guys. I definitely do. But yeah, that's it for today. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for stopping by, watching the video. Leave a like and subscribe for more Warframe and Pokemon content. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one, or well, next video or stream, whichever comes first. Bye.